Alright, there we go. We jump straight into the game again. This wood is really important to be covered with a this bush is really important to be covered with a void, since it gives you information about the jungler. Even if you don't spot him with this one, it's gonna tell you that he didn't go for the skull crab. Because usually if you place it in there, even if he takes it, you see him. Even if it goes from the bottom side from this dry bush and it goes for the skull crab, you usually have vision on him. So if you don't see him, you pretty much know that he went over there, on the top side of the map. You know, to go for the top side skull crab. So you can see the mid lane does this as well. I did that as well. I think, yeah, you know, the jungler did it actually, so it's better for me. You know, you shouldn't be doing this as a support. You should actually keep your ward for the lane, because you wanna ward the brush as well here, and this one in case the enemy jungler comes for the gank. Alright, so I haven't done this in a while, so I'm kind of nervous. If you want to take this route, it's kind of risky to go back here, but I thought at this moment that, you know, Lucian and Zyra are stronger than Jhin and Lux in the early game, so I didn't really, I wasn't really afraid of this. So as you can see right now, the landing phase already starts. It's really important that you, the Lux here, for example, she's doing a mistake. She's staying way too far behind. I'm already pressuring the Jhin. I know that he's gonna go for the last here, so I'm already, you know, positioning myself, being ready to poke him when he goes for this last hit. And you can see his animation right now. He goes for the last hit. I go for my spell here, and I win the first trade already. That was unlucky that Lucian got hit by the grenade, but this was something that you need to do as a support player. Every time the enemy AD carry goes for the last hit, you go for the poke damage. And it's gonna make it not only do you gain pressure on the enemy AD carry, it's just the fact that your AD carry is gonna have a nicer time to farm as well. Now he gets hit by the binding, and if your AD carry, yeah, I think I've one time I did it once. One time I looked at my own replay. Now if your AD carry gets binded like that, you have to go in front of him, protect him from extra damage, and that was unlucky with the grenade there, and, you know, pressure the enemy so they don't attack your AD carry. Because if your AD carry falls too low in the lane, it's always you know, a bit difficult to play the lane correctly. Now, as I already mentioned, you need to know your power spikes as well. I know that, you know, I played a lot of Zyra games. I know that level 2 is pretty strong. If you get level 2 before the enemy team, you can do this, what I'm doing right now. I walk forwards, I try to use my Q on him, a W, and then if I hit both as a, you know, if I hit my Q on him, place a W beneath him, then I'm gonna do a lot of damage. So this is really important. I see that they're hitting level 2 as well. I'm backing off. So, you know, this is something you need to do. Walk forward, walk backwards all the time. Like, you know, go forward, backward. Don't stand in one position. As you can see right now, I hit my spell, I hit my Q, I hit my W here with a plant. Now he's gonna take a lot of damage. I win the trade. I proc Dark Harvest. Unlucky that Lucian gets hit by everything here. This made the laning phase much harder than it should have been for us, right? Because as you can see, Jhin is super low, and I decide, all right, this is a chance here. You know, he can't farm here because I'm zoning him away from the farm, so he trades with me, and I'm happy for the trade. I get a lot of damage, but I mean, he's super low now, and he's not gonna be able to farm. And yeah, I see an opportunity here. I flash in for this. Was a bit, you know, that wasn't that clean. He was way too healthy for this, and if I missed my Q there, I would have died. Lucian flashes in as well. We used a lot of summoner spells here for this kill, but it was worth it at the end, right? Because we get a double kill out of this. They use all their summoners as well. And Lucian got poked too much early in this fight. Maybe it was a bit greedy for me to go in like that, but I saw the opportunity and I took it. Really important in solo queue to know your limits, and I knew that I could go for the kill here. If he flashed my abilities though, he might have survived this, so it was a bit risky. At the end it paid off. Lucian decides to go back here, and this is, you know, a bit problematic, because he's gonna lose the whole wave here. 6 minions, and it's a lot of XP and gold. So what you should do if you have the chance to, like, look at his mana. He has a lot of mana right now, and this means he could have pushed the wave as well, and then go back after this wave. And now, as you can see, you know, if you fast forward right now, he's gonna lose all the farm here. 6 minions go to nothing, and the Jhin gets all the farm here for himself. you know, if you did this correctly, the correct way would have been to stay, push the wave, and you know, go back afterwards. He wouldn't have missed that many minions if he did so. Alright, now, something that is important too is that you have to keep track of the enemy jungler, especially if you don't have flashes anymore. Now, we went for the all-in, and this is super risky right now to push without having a ward in here, or a deep ward or anything, right? I believe that we spotted the Twitch at the top side, I think. Let me see. I think we spotted him over here somewhere. Yeah, I think he got spotted, and this is why, you know, if you see the enemy jungler being at the top side of the map, you have a bit of time to play around at the bottom side. You don't have to necessarily ward because you know he's top side. Let's go for the red vision only, so we see when you know the vision game. All right, now yeah, you don't have flashes. You have to play carefully. You can't push the wave in anymore. The best thing you can do is to freeze the wave stronger, and yeah, I didn't really want to go for the trades. Now, this is kind of a mistake here because I prevent the push into our side, because if I didn't do this, is a mistake here. I used my ability to get the plants because he was about to kill the seeds with his movement, with his body, you know, stepping on them. I didn't want this to happen. We can go back to the scene. And what I do here is kind of selfish, and yeah, it costs us kind of the position of the lane right now. So I see him going in, I'm like, alright, this is free damage for me. I don't want him to kill the plants. But the best thing would have been to just walk backwards, because remember, we don't have flash, we don't have any vision of the jungle right now. So the best thing is, you know, farm under the turret at the safe zone here. Stay in front of your turret. There's no way you're gonna die to a gank there. And this is a mistake by me here. Using my ability to try to poke him is bad, because now we have a bad laning position as well. See, as I mentioned, if we didn't do this, if I hadn't done that, the wave would have been over there. Now it's in here at enemy territory, and it's really risky right now for us to farm over here. We don't have flash, we don't have any vision right now, and Lucian is getting poked already. Now, in order to, you know, to get the wave back, either if the enemy team doesn't freeze it, you can let them push and go backwards again. That's fine. Or you just hard push it in, reset the wave, and then the next wave meets in the middle of the lane, which is going to be a better position than right now. All right, so but they're pushing it. We're letting them push right now, which is the best decision right now. And let's take a look at the map here. Twitch has recalled, and he's making his way up to the top lane again, I guess. Lucky for us that he doesn't come bot lane. I think we were kind of vulnerable at this point without having any flashes up. Yeah, let's see how this lane keeps going. If you play a Zyra against the Jhin, for example, or a Lux here, Lux support is not that common, so every time but she counts as a poke support, right? Every time you play against a poke support, you have a really nice window of opportunity when she uses a spell. This is really important to know as well if you are a support player and you play a poke support. If you use your spells, you are not a threat anymore for, I don't know, let's take a look at this. For 10 seconds, right? For your E ability has 10-second cooldown. Lux's Q ability has a 9-second cooldown. So yeah, if you use your abilities, we have a 9-second window of making a play there. Try to get a kill, try to poke them down, because they won't be able to trade with us. And this looks super awkward. What the hell? Alright, Jhin. But look at this right now. Look at the lane here. If you notice something, the Jhin is so far. They're so split up right now. Look, Jhin is so far ahead at the river side, and the Lux is at the bottom side of the lane. This is an opportunity again. We can just go for the poke damage on Lux. The Jhin is not going to be able to follow up quick enough. This is what I see. I try to separate them again. He goes for the pink ward, and this is my chance. She walks forward. She tries to go for the poke damage, which is super stupid, because, you know, this is so dangerous for her. And Jhin going for this pink ward clear is also a mistake. So if you want to clear the pink ward, you have to do this together. This way you can see what happens next here, because we just go for the poke damage, and I see that, alright, she's out of position. I hit my E, and this is going to be a pretty free kill, you know. I mean, she almost survived, but she didn't have any flash up, so we just went for the chase and got her. This is a big mistake by the enemy bot lane, but it's important for you to recognize these situations. if you didn't, if you didn't do this, we wouldn't be that much ahead in the game, and maybe we wouldn't have won the game. Now we have a big wave here at our side, so I decided to help the AD carry push. I use my abilities, shove in the wave, get some damage to the turret. It's a 2v1 lane right now, and we have no vision. I think I'm not really sure if we saw the Twitch here on the map, but yeah, he's still topside for us, luckily. And now, now that the Lux is back, we have to be a bit careful. This means that, I'm gonna see if I can ward. Since we spotted the Twitch over there, I'm not warding the tri-bush, but I'm warding the middle, the river brush, because I think the dragon pit, right? Yeah. If you play against a Twitch, it's important to not ward the brushes here, but ward, more forward. Since he can just come invisible, you won't spot him with a regular ward. So this is better because he usually walks up to the dragon and then goes invisible and ganks the lane. Now this is better. Yeah, I just don't want to be ganked. The tribers are still not worded, so this is risky. This means that we have to let them push. This is really important. We always already retreat here. Yeah, you don't see them. You don't see the Twitch, and you know that the red buff is spawning right now soon. Around 40 seconds or something until the red buff spawns. So this is really important as well. No matter which lane you play, it's really important to keep track of the enemy buffs, because it's going to give you an indication whether the enemy jungler wants to gank, whether he wants to, if the red buff is going to spawn, he's most likely going to be there when it spawns, so he's going to be bot side. You can see it on our playstyle right now. See how we play super defensive. This is the right thing to do, right? We know the red buff is going to be up soon, so the Twitch might either gank before we go, before the red buff spawns, so he gets a kill, goes to the red buff, or he does the other thing, he gets the red buff and then goes for the gank, right? And if you look at the vision, I'm pretty sure Twitch is around here somewhere. And whoops, surprise, surprise, he's at the red buff. Yeah, it's pretty obvious, right? If you know that, if you see that, it's gonna be a really big advantage for you if you have them, map awareness. I'm not really fancying anything here. I don't really want to go for the poke. Now as I mentioned, they use their abilities. I'm gonna go for the trade poke here, but nothing too big. I'm not going for the all in here, since the Twitch took his red buff. He's 100% sure gonna come to the bot lane after this. And take a look at the map. Alright, he's recalling. He's too low. So yeah, if he wasn't low enough, if he wasn't too low on HP, he would probably gank bot lane. Yeah, of course, if he's low on HP, but we didn't know this. We didn't know that he's low on HP. Let's go hide the vision of the game again. It's important, as long as we don't have a ward in there, we can't really push the wave, because it's a bit risky. But we communicated with the Pantheon. I told him that red buff was up. He's probably taking that. He might gank bot lane soon. So this guy, our jungler, was actually really smart here. He goes to the bot lane and tries to go for the counter gank. Now that we have the support of the jungler, what can you do? You can play more aggressive here. And yeah, let's take a look at the vision here. Oh god, where's the Twitch? He's bot lane. Well, we have the assist of the Pantheon. I don't know why he's standing over there. He should have been closer to us and come to maybe the lane, to the brush or something, but he decides to stay over there, and he's not even level 6, so that's kind of awkward by him. Maybe a mistake by me to go in this early, but we don't see the Twitch yet. I see that I can root this Jhin, and I'm pretty confident in my damage, so this is also a thing. If you know your abilities, you can go for it. I just go for the root. I have my flash up again, I think, so we go for the damage here. We get the kill, but it's kind of it gets kind of close. The Lucian almost dies here if he doesn't have heal and flash. He probably dies. So that was kind of greedy by us to play like that, offensively like that. But no, we thought that Pantheon is here, but the gank comes way too late, the counter gank. So this is something that you need to make sure that you do in time. If your jungler wants to come for the counter gank, but he's waiting over there, then you shouldn't be engaging in here. So this was a bit risky, but we were lucky that this was that it worked out. This was terrible. If you play against a Twitch, Just go to the turret, recall at the turret. I thought he was too low for this, but you know, I just recalled over there. And this is a big mistake here. You don't see the Twitch coming, and he plays a word in there, and I'm done. That was really unlucky, and bad play by me. You should really go to the turret, back to the turret, and then you know, recall when it's safe. Yeah, Paddington gets level 6. His gank was a bit lucky, I would say, because the enemy team greeted. Lucian is gonna Lucian got another kill here. That was really lucky by the Pantheon though, because you know, if they didn't greet, if they just went back, Pantheon would have used his ulti. His ulti has let's take a look at the cooldown. 135 second cooldown. So yeah, you don't wanna be wasting this. Now another thing is that we saw the LeBlanc here at the Riscal right now at the on the minimap. So we should know that she's gonna try to roam. I don't know why we didn't respect this, but you know, I see the Jhin using his ulti. I was really lucky that my E hit there. Look at my movement. I didn't really think about it either. I didn't think it would hit. This was just way too greedy the play. I mean, it works out nicely, but it was way too greedy. I shouldn't have done that. The flash in was a bit greedy. Now things start to look bad because we still don't see the pinks come here. If we look at the minimap, Victor still pinks she's missing, and we are not respecting it. So this is something else right now. Not trusting your teammates. You know, I was thinking like, all right, dude, it doesn't really matter. I have my ulti up. You know, LeBlanc can't kill me, and really unfortunate that we didn't have vision in the brush here when she ganked. This is a micro and a macro mistake here. We had the chance to kill her, but you know, if you look at the map, minimap, the Victor pinks, she's still missing, and we keep pushing here. Should have just gone back here. That was way too greedy going for the turret damage. Yeah, you know, now we spot her. I'm not really sure why I'm not using my root right away. We didn't have vision in this brush here either. So like several micro mistakes here. Not using my E ability to root her early enough. Not warding this brush here. As you can see, you know, my plants are doing really a lot of damage, but yeah, if they don't have vision, they're not attacking. So could have been much better if I just warded the brush. If people go out of vision, that's just you know, it's really strong. Playing with vision is really strong. So you need to make sure that you, as a support, especially if you have Sightstone, and the enemy's going into a brush, you have to be the one avoiding it. Alright, so yeah, they're not respecting the damage here, so if you have the opportunity to go for free damage, just go for it. Now, the laning phase has been really interesting so far, but I would say we clearly won the laning phase. Let's take a look at the minions here. So Lucian has a farm lead and 4 kills, opposing to Jhin, who has 0 kills. So that's pretty clean. Lucian goes for the easy kill here. I mean, there's not much I could do here as a support. I think I planned a pink ward to see if they have vision over there. And Lucian goes for the solo kill, that's fine. With his ultimate. Looks way out of position there. Alright, so the thing is though, if you have a lead like that, what do? Do you get 2 planings? Do you go for the dragon? I would say the correct thing is to, if you have the chance to, if you got like 2 kills, going for 1 or 2 platings is fine, but after this the turret gets so tanky. If you get 1 plating off, the turret gets extra resistances for a period of time. And the resistances get bigger and bigger the more platings he has. You got away from it. So it's important to know that if you push, because you can only get like 1 or 2 platings, and then you should go for the dragon if the bot lane is dead, for example, right? Yeah, and I'll take a look at red vision again. So we don't have really good ward coverage, so you know, this is the right thing to do. Ward up the dragon area, because as I mentioned earlier, the Twitch might gank, and you want to see him early before he becomes invisible. And yeah, we're in a kind of bad of a spot here. You don't want to get sandwiched. The LeBlanc is missing as well. This is a really risky ward actually, because you know, if LeBlanc is here, if LeBlanc ganks me from over here, and while I ward this, the ward is actually really nice having this ward, but you know, if you don't have vision about the enemy mid laner, then that's kind of risky to do. because you might get sandwiched, and as a Zyra you're really squishy, you don't have a gap close, you cannot jump away. So yeah, there's some mistakes I did there in this game. Shouldn't have done this, for example, either, because that was just greedy. The one with the LeBlanc gank was also a micro mistake, and a macro mistake, since, you know, map awareness wasn't really there. And you know, sometimes it's a bit tricky whether or not you should roam, because you know, oh yeah, there we go. This is, I remember the scene here. Let's go back to this so you can see that better. You know, there we go. Lux is still trying to get the turret plating stuff, but she greets too much. She's in a bad spot right now. She misses her skill shot. This is, you want to hold on to your skill shot as a support until you are really sure that you can hit it. You don't throw it away like that, because now she has nothing to stop the Lucian from going onto her. And let's go for the you know, get vision on her, and she just ends up dying. I believe that if she did hold on to her Q, she might have been able to root the Lucian when he jumped forward, and she might have been able to survive that, you know. Now this is a good example. You go for the turret plating, so we could have gone for the dragon as well, but the jungler isn't here. So I think if the jungler was bot side right now, getting one plating off and then going to the dragon would have been the right call, because the mountain drake is pretty strong. So let's keep going. This replay is taking 32 minutes, alright. Yeah, we get 2 platings off, but as you can see, the turret gets tankier and tankier, and we struggle taking it down. Eventually we managed to do it. At 40 minutes the platings fall off anyway, so yeah, Twitch is over there. I'm kind of playing you know, a bit out of position here. I end up getting caught, but we are way ahead in this game. This is why I'm really lucky. That was really greedy, but Lucian is almost killing this guy. You know, my plants are almost killing the Lux, so if you're ahead in the game, mistakes are a bit more forgivable. And yeah, he has to flash away. So they use so many summon spells right now. They used heal, flash. I think I'm not really sure if the Lux flashed too, but I think she flashed earlier. So now that's my call. I want to go for the dragon. Pantheon is not with us though, so I try to roam to the mid lane, try to get a kill here, but I'm too slow there. She just jumps away. I think you know, I could have gone mid lane earlier if I saw this. That's kind of a mistake by me not to go there. I was walking around in the bottom side of the river a bit too long. But you know, now the jungle is here. This should still be a free dragon, because the mid laner, the enemy mid laner, is low on HP, and our Victor is healthier, so he has the pressure right now. Problem is that the Twitch is ganking him. I'm not really sure if I see this right now, but I see that she's low on HP and she's playing really fishy, right? If you are that low on HP, you don't want to really trade with the Victor. But I see the opportunity. He goes for the stun. I get the trade kill on him, which is really worth, because we kill the jungler. This means free dragon. And that was kind of not really sure if Pantheon had smite up. Okay, he had smite up, but you know, the Lux almost got the steal here with their ulti, and she did it blindly. Look at this. Oh no, she has her Aegis vision apparently. So yeah, that was really close here. He did smite it in the last second. Almost got stolen by the Lux here. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that as a support. I think it was the right call to go for the dragon here, because their jungler was pretty free, and Pantheon had smite, so usually you should be able to outsmite a Lux ult. It gets a bit difficult if she uses all her spells at once. Then it's a bit harder. If she uses if you use EQ and ulti, there's so much damage. I take a look at this. So we took the bot lane turret, we took the dragon. What is the next objective you can take? It's the Herald. Herald and mid lane turret. Top lane has fallen already, so what you want to do is go for the easy neutral objective like the Herald. And if you manage to get a kill here, it should be a free Herald. So the Garen, you know, he doesn't really respect this. They didn't really have ward in here. Now they know that I'm here as well. I think that I really wanted to go for the Herald here, but it's really risky, you know. If the enemy team is alive, we see them right now. LeBlanc was over here somewhere as well, so yeah. if the enemy team is alive, you know, going for the Herald is not the smartest thing to do because it does a lot of damage to you. She ends up being, you know, getting caught over there, super low on HP, and this could actually be the call for us to go for the Herald since, you know, LeBlanc's low, she can't really contest this. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. I kind of randomly walk around. I try to help him push, but I should have been here with the Pantheon. Try to, you know, get this done quicker. Yeah, Lux used to ulti to wave clear here. Was a good choice by her. Otherwise, he would have gotten the turret. All right, he goes for it. He takes it. But now the mistake Pantheon does here is not go mid lane with the Herald. You know, nobody was here to defend, so he could have just come here, popped the Herald, and together as 3 people, we get maybe 2 turrets down. But yeah, he decides to go top lane. I think it's a mistake because, you know, one way, like 5 minions for 2 turrets. Not the best trade. So if you have the pressure as a support, if your team is winning, you really have to, you know, try to get rid of their vision in the jungle. With your trinket, you have the right trinket, and, you know, try to set up your own vision. Now the vision here at the top side of the map is pretty good. We have three nice wards. This means, you know, they can't really flank us from the top side. They could flank us from the bottom side though. So you should really try to play at the upper side of the lane here, since they can come from here unseen, but they can come from the bottom side, right? I'm not really sure why. Alright, let's go to the red vision only. Right, 18 minutes into the game. Still, the turret is still alive. LeBlanc was kind of fancying the all-in here, but she can't really kill me. She can't really kill Zyra. If she gets hit by one ability, this is the nice thing when you play Zyra. If the enemy gets hit by one ability, you can kill them pretty much. So yeah, LeBlanc, I don't know what she was doing here, but Pantheon managed to stun her, which was really nice for me because you have an easy, you know, way of damaging them. If you play a champion with a skill shot stun, and you have a Pantheon in your team, for example, or somebody with a point and click CC ability, then you should actually wait until they hit their stun, and then you can easily follow up with your CC. It's super easy to do that, and basically an advice I can give to everybody out there, not just support players. Now, yeah, this is a power play that we do right now. We have the Herald. Use the Herald, pressure them. Don't let them stop the Herald from hitting the turret. You know, first turret goes down pretty easily. The Garen is still not there, so we have we should have been able to pressure this a bit more. We decided to go back. I don't really know why. This was honestly the much better choice would have been to pressure this turret together. Lucian goes in alone here. It's interesting. So this is another mistake that we do as a team here, or maybe myself as well here, because I decide to go back instead of pressuring. If you look at the enemy team here, LeBlanc is dead, Lux is super low on HP, and Garen is still at the top lane, right? So this is a good opportunity for you to do more damage to the turret here, probably even take it down. Yeah, Lucian sees the opportunity. He decides to go for the Twitcher. He's so strong right now, so he thinks that he can kill him. You know, jumping, flashing into the enemy base might not be the best idea though that he has ever had. And what do you do as a support player? You take a look at you know, the Jhin here is so out of position, and I was really lucky that he stood still. I managed to root him, and as you can see, I kill him completely from 100% to 0 as a Zyra player. So I didn't even get one assist. So nobody assisted me with this kill, which was really nice here. The escape route, I see the plan, so I take it. So LeBlanc tries to chase, but you know, she shouldn't be able to chase you down since you have your root is in a 10-second cooldown. You can always root her and try to go for the damage on her. Another nice thing though, you know, Zyra can do this against skill shot champions. You can use plants in front of you. You can see this right now here. I'm gonna slow this down. You know that LeBlanc has a root, the chain. She can throw this in front of her, and if she hits it, you're gonna get rooted after a while, and you're gonna get damaged with it. So knowing this, what you can do as a Zyra play is that you use the plants in front of you, and they stop the chain from hitting me. So I can't really run away. I'm not eating that much damage, and she has no way of killing me anymore. So this is something that you need to do if you play against, for example, a Thresh, a Blitzcrank, Nautilus, I don't know, LeBlanc is a good example as well. Or in general, against champions that have skill shots with, you know, that don't go through minions. You can use your plants in front of you, they're gonna block the damage for you. It's really, really strong. I would only recommend doing this, though, if you just want to survive. If you want to do damage, it's a bad thing to do because you will lose the damage from your plants. So you shouldn't be using it in front of you if you play against a Karma, for example, because she's just gonna clear them. She's just gonna clear your damage plants with one ability. So you don't want this to happen to you, but you know, if you just want to survive, this is a great way of making sure that you survive. So it's 20 minutes into the game. This means Baron has spawned, and usually you want to play around the Baron. The team is playing around the bot side. I don't really like this at this point. You can see this by because I'm setting up vision over here, and I'm pushing the top lane here. You can't if you play a damage support, you usually have a lot of wave clear, so you could potentially do this. I mean, I cleared the wave really fast, but the problem is that you are really vulnerable, and we can see this right now because the Graves, I marked for his passive as well. So he just flashes forward. If he didn't have flash, I would have probably survived that, to be fair, but I mean, he flashes forward and he ends up killing me, which is really bad for the team in general. I should have respected that and flashed away maybe earlier or something, but you're just too vulnerable to do the split push as a support, and that was kind of a mistake by me. I didn't respect that, and I played it badly on a mechanical point of view. So now my team decides to go for the Baron. I think it's a bad idea because, you know, the enemy team is completely alive. Everybody of their team is alive, and Jhin is using his ultimate. It's giving them vision. They see how much HP the Baron has, and I'm not here. Victor's bot lane, and he has no TP, right? So this is a bad fight for us to take because it's gonna be a 4v5. This guy still doesn't really care. He stays bot lane. This is important for you as a player to recognize it and to wait until somebody of the enemy team shows himself bot lane, and then you can go for the Baron. But until then, you shouldn't really be doing this because you are going to be down in numbers. Now, I don't really understand why I'm doing this right now. I mean, I should clearly be with my team here at this point of the game. I should clearly be with them. It would be the right call to go for Baron here because, you know, the enemy team has shoved themselves. You know, three enemy champions are at bot lane. This is a free Baron for you. But my team decides to go bot lane too. They want to fight. They don't want to go for the objective. So I shouldn't be around the Baron. I should be with them. I have a lot of damage, so you know this is a mistake not being with him. Now Lucian goes for the inhib over there. Pantheon goes there too. This is so chaotic. This is typical solo queue right now. You know, everybody's doing random stuff. Nobody really knows what to do. Everybody goes, you know, tries to do some damage, tries to go for an objective, maybe a kill. Doesn't really matter. I've used my seeds here, so I don't really have that much damage anymore, and this is where you know, shit gets hot. I end up dying here. I don't have any seeds. I can't use my, you know, my abilities. I don't have any plans, so they just easily kill me as well. Now this is a huge mistake here because, you know, instead of us getting Baron, the enemy team can get it. So this is actually a pretty big throw. Now, thankfully for us, Victor is alive and he is pretty strong in the game. I mean, if you look at his stats, he doesn't really have that many kills, but he's a Iceborne Gauntlet. He's pretty tanky, so yeah, he should be able to stop them from it, and they're pretty low already. So 3 of them are at 50% HP, and yeah, we're gonna see that he should be able to stop them. He still has his ultimate, so we can pretty good job by him stopping them. I think it was a poor Baron attempt by the enemy team. They should have just turned on the Victor altogether. If you see this happening, if one guy tries to stop you from Baron, the best thing to do is to collapse on him together. They try to fight him one-on-one, one by one, and yeah, he managed to, you know, get them low, kill them off, and instead of us throwing, it's us getting the Baron now. So you can see how random solo queue is. But usually if you see somebody walking up to you alone, you should immediately just turn on him, try to get the kill, try to, you know, yeah, make him pay for this, make him pay for the attempt to stop you. Alright, so they have an open inhib, you know, what do you do right now? So I think the right call here is to go for the top lane turret, damage it with the, you know, empower the Baron minions, but we see that the team is recalling, they want to go for Dragon, and you shouldn't do the same mistake twice, so it's best to just go back here as well. Now the game, when you have Baron, you have so much pressure on you as a team. You have a lot of momentum, a lot of tempo, so you can make power plays with it. It's important that you use the Baron though. If you just walk around, if you just go for the farm, you're gonna lose a lot of momentum, you're gonna lose a lot of time, you're gonna lose the Baron buff, and eventually the enemy team is gonna catch up to you. In terms of gold, you can see that we have a 9k, like 8k gold lead right now, which is super huge still. But if we don't utilize it, if we don't make use of it early enough, it's gonna be useless later on. So yeah, forcing plays is okay, but you know, you need to make sure that your team is together. Lucian is not with us right now, so this is kind of risky to do. I believe that LeBlanc survives here. If our AD carry was with us, we would have definitely gotten the kill. But it's not a big deal since we were, you know, the red team is ahead in that game. Now, you know, going for this inhib is pretty much a good choice. The Tryndamere is a good split pusher, so he can go bot lane. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Baron buff, so he lacks a bit of pressure here. He can't really go for the inhib turret. So I'm not even sure if he can one-on-one the Garen. He should be able to do that though, but yeah, he might not be able to dive. Now the issue here is that Pantheon gets poked so hard that he gets, you know, bursted by LeBlanc. She survives, and now the chaos starts again. we don't really know what to do. We try to fight them. I use my ulti too early, I think. You know, mistakes keep going on, and instead of just maybe going together to this inhib, I'm not really sure what Tryndamere did here all the time though. I have no idea what he was doing. But I mean, we should have stayed together as a team, and now you can see that we just get picked off one by one. And if we grouped, and I'm not really sure what Lucian is doing, he should have just gone for the inhib as well. This is really unfortunate. Now this is triggering. What is he doing? Oh boy. He is going for the suicide as well, so you can see his solo queue sometimes is a bit random. Everybody does mistakes. I did a mistake too there. I didn't really respect the enemy team. We got caught. Shouldn't happen that way. Alright, so it's important to not get poked down. You can note this. And if your team member is low, you have to try to protect him and play it safe. Don't get engaged on this easily. Alright, so as a Zyra player, I know that, you know, I have the ability to pretty much one-shot people if I get the chance to. So I try to sneak my way in here into this brush. I'm not really sure how they know that I'm in there. I don't think that I have. Oh, they have this blow trinket. Wow, this is unlucky. So yeah, I try to make my way up into this brush here because oh yeah, I saw that they had this. I'm not really sure if I intentionally clicked on it, because I was kind of surprised that they had vision on me there. So yeah, I know my strengths. I know that I can kill people alone. So yeah, I go for it. It was unlucky that the LeBlanc survived there. I didn't hit my root, but Lucian goes for the cleanup. He goes way too, you know, he plays way too aggressive after the kill though, and ends up dying as well. Now this is like, I wouldn't recommend doing this. I would only recommend doing that if you are sure that they have no vision. If they saw you, it's really risky doing this. You will end up dying. So Victor dies too. So yeah, as you can see, the enemy team slowly but surely comes back to the game. They get a turret, the first turret of the game. Pantheon loses his GA as well. Everybody dies one by one, and this is typical solo queue material right now. Yeah. Really unfortunate for the game, because it looks like that, you know, we are on our way of throwing the game. If this guy got close to me, he would have been able to kill me. He had his ulti up, So that was really, really risky as well. You don't want to risk that much. The lucky part is that while everything was going on, Tryndamere got 2 inhibs. So, you know, we kind of threw, but thankfully Tryndamere got 2 inhibitors down. And yeah, the throw wasn't that big of a deal. Alright, so since I'm a smart player, I try to do the same thing again. I'm not really sure when it's gonna happen. Alright, yeah, we go. I think we go for the team is going for the Ocean Drake, so I'm going to the same brush again. I'm going to the exact same brush again. I place a pink ward. This time I 100% don't wanna get caught there. So I place a pink ward. I use my red trinket. You know, if you have the chance to do that, it's great. If you have a lot of kills and if you're really sure that the enemy team is does not have vision in here, you could do this, but it's still a bit risky since they have a Twitch. Now I catch the looks, I use everything, I one-shot her, easy peasy lemon squeezy. This was what I was trying to do all way long. Like, you know, I was trying to do this all the way before. This is really unfortunate. I don't have my red trinket up. Now it's up. We spot their vision, that they have vision. And go for the Baron. I think this is a right call. Their support is dead. They have 2 open inhibs, so you have to go for the free objective here. You have to close out the game. This is perfect. We get the Baron. You know, everything because of me, because I was able to get the solo kill on the Lux here. I mean, it is risky sometimes, but if you manage to pull it off, but you have to be really sure that they have no vision. If they have vision, they just collapse on you. Yeah, if it pays off, it's really nice. You can get a big advantage by getting a solo kill, especially if you're the support and you kill, even if you just kill their support. You're gonna have an advantage. So she agrees for me, and this means game over, baby. We are managing to get the Nexus down. So yeah, what could we learn from this game? I mean, I saw a lot of mistakes that I did. You know, some mistakes in the laning phase. Maybe we could have pressured them a bit more, and the ward coverage wasn't that great in the lane. We didn't have vision of the Twitch a lot, so usually if you don't see the enemy jungler, you should really be careful. And yeah, if you don't know where the enemy jungler is, you shouldn't be pushing the lane. That's what I wanted to say. Shouldn't be pushing the lane like a crazy split pusher. So you should play this defensive and a bit more chilled, a bit more safe. And you know, if you have good vision coverage, and if you see the enemy jungler being at the top side, for example, you can definitely push the wave and pressure a bit more. So let's go to the second replay of the day.